my channel. I'm excited to have you here today because I am talking about one of my favorite parts of my skincare routine. I get a lot of comments from you guys saying that I have really nice skin, and that's amazing, thank you. And I do think part of it has to do with being on camera. I think the lights and all that stuff kind of smooths out my skin. But I think one of the big factors into the look of my skin is my twice weekly detox facial that I give myself. So 2 times a week I give myself an at-home facial, and today I'm going to show you how I do it. I'm going to give you the products that I use, and I'm going to take you through the 5 different steps that I go through, and I hope that this will also help many of you with your skincare needs. So I'm going to talk through the different products and I'll show you the different steps, and let's just go ahead and dive right in. So step number 1 is to use a mask. I like this charcoal mask from Beautycounter. I've mentioned this product before. It's by far my favorite mask. I am a mask junkie, and this is definitely the best mask that I have tried. And what I like about this mask is that it's charcoal, so that's detoxifying, and it's also clay-based. So the clay is one of those masks that you put on your face and it hardens, and it really sucks the toxins out of your pores. You can see the pores on your face as it hardens, and you can like literally feel it pulling the stuff out of your skin. It is incredible. By far the best mask I've ever tried. So to get started, all you have to do is just squeeze about a tablespoon, maybe a little bit more, into your hand, and then you'll just put it on a clean face and just put it all around so that it completely covers your face. And then you're just gonna let it harden and dry, and you're gonna let it sit on your face for about 30 minutes. It really depends on the mask that you're using. Each mask has different directions, so make sure that you read the package on the mask that you're using. But if you're using this charcoal mask from Beautycounter, leave it on for 30 minutes and then wipe it off, and we'll move on to step 2. So step number 2 is to use a toner. And again, you can use any product that you like, but I like the facial toner from Dr. Hauschka. This one I've been using for years. It's my favorite toner. It feels amazing, smells amazing. And toners are really great because they help to balance the pH of your skin. And a lot of times they're also hydrating. They're a great way to prep your skin before you add like serums or moisturizers or anything like that. And this one in particular is fortifying, and it also helps to enliven the look and feel of your skin. So the second step is to use a toner, and how you use a toner is really simple. You just close your eyes, you spritz it all over your face, and you either pat it dry or you can just let it dry naturally and not touch it at all. So once you're done with your toner, you'll move on to step number 3. So my third step in my DIY detox facial is an eye stick or an eye cream. Depending on what you're using and what you have at home, this is an incredibly important step, especially as your skin ages. So taking care of the skin underneath your eyes, which is very delicate, is really important to help prevent wrinkles, bags, puffiness, and signs of aging. So the one that I use, which is actually pretty new to me and I am obsessed with it, is this matcha stick. This is from the company Coco Kind, and this stick is incredible because it has matcha in it. It has some caffeine, and caffeine helps to increase the capillary actions in your skin, which helps to tighten, helps to depuff, and this is also really moisturizing. So it feels wonderful underneath your eyes, but you can also use it on your lips if you want. You can use it on top of your eyes. I basically just use it all around. And how you use an eye cream is that you really just gently put it under your eyes. Make sure to not rub it in too hard. You want to be very gentle with this skin because it's so delicate. So if you're using a stick like I am, you'll just put it under your eyes like this, and then I just dab it until it's been absorbed. And that's it for step number 3. It's really easy, but again, I think it's an incredibly important step in this facial process. So step number 4 is my serum. And for my serum, I usually use an oil. I have a homemade oil that I use, and I will link to that in the description box below because I have shared it on my channel before. But if you don't have the oils that I'm mentioning, you could use really any facial oil or facial serum. The one that I recommend if you don't have the homemade one that I have is this organic rosehip seed oil. I absolutely love rosehip seed oil. It not only smells really nice, but it is incredibly hydrating. I feel like when I go to bed with this on my face and I wake up, my skin is glowing, it's smooth, it's really hydrated, and it just feels incredible. Goes in really smoothly as well. Like you don't get It also goes in really smoothly, so you're not getting oily or anything like that. How you use the oil is you just squeeze a little bit into your hand, then I rub it in between my hands and I just put it over my face. I really don't rub it in too much because I want the oil to stay on my face and not my hands. So I just do a gentle rub over and then I let the oil sink into my skin before I move on to my next step. So my fifth and final step in my facial is to moisturize. Yes, I do use an oil and a moisturizer. I feel like the more moisture I can give my skin, the better it looks. So the moisturizer that I use, and actually I will say before I'm going to show you the product, it depends on what time of day I'm doing my facial. So if I'm doing my facial in the morning, I will use a day cream. And if I'm doing my facial at night, which I do more regularly, I will use my nighttime cream. So the nighttime cream that I'm currently using is from Andalou Naturals, and it is their Purple Carrot and Vitamin C Luminous Night Cream. This cream is amazing. It's really hydrating, it's very light, so it doesn't leave you feeling greasy or anything like that. It smells incredible, and it goes on really, really well. I love the way that my skin feels when I wake up in the morning after I've used this cream, and I can't recommend it enough. So to use this cream, I just scoop a little bit out of the tin, and I rub it between my hands, and then I just massage it gently into my face. I don't, again, rub it in fully. I kind of let it sit on my skin and let my skin absorb the moisture. I'm sure many of you know how to apply moisturizer, so I don't necessarily need to walk you through this step very much, but I will say this is one of the best night creams I've ever tried, and I really, really like it. And that's pretty much it, my friends. That is how to do my DIY detox facial at home. It's super simple, as you can see, and I really believe that this has had profound impact on my skin, how it looks, how it feels, and also with breakouts. I rarely get zits anymore because I feel like these have helped me kind of stay clean, stay detoxified, and it helps pull the junk out of my skin. So my skin feels amazing. I want to thank all of you for giving me compliments on my skin. I really believe that anybody can achieve the way that my skin looks through a healthy diet and also by using natural, non-toxic skincare products. So if you want to check out all of the products that I mentioned in this video, you can check out the description box below. I've also put a blog post in the description box, and that includes a few other product recommendations that I have in case you don't want to use these. And just to recap, I want to give you the 5 steps again. I'm not going to do product specific because this is really just the steps that you can use, and you can plug and play the different products that you want to for your own facial. So step number 1 is to use a face mask. Step number 2 is to use a face toner. Step number 3 is to use either an eye gel, an eye cream, or an eye stick. Step number 4 is to use a facial serum or an oil. And step number 5 is to use a moisturizer. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you have questions about my skincare routine, if you want to hear more about the products that I use and love, let me know in the comment box below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, you can do so by clicking the red button that is right below this video. Make sure to click the little bell that's next to that button because that will turn on your notifications, making sure that you never miss another video. Other than that, I will see you guys in my next video, which will be on Tuesday, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Bye!